Hi guys, I thought I would take the opportunity to talk to you today about a few things that are concerning me about where the world is going. We have a physical form, as you may well be aware of. When you look in the mirror, you can see someone staring right back at you. I want to talk about, well, a few things, the chakra system and how it affects our lives and how things roll out in terms of what we physically see and the results that we get back in our life. Okay, so I'm just basically going to give a brief overview on each of the chakras, and then in another video I'll cover off on remedies and also manifesting some positive things in your life, which is always very exciting. Okay, so today I want to talk about the base chakra, which is basically at the seat. If you were to sit cross-legged and that part that touches the ground, that would be where your base chakra is located. Okay, so each chakra has a psychology associated with it. So I'm going to basically go through all the 7 chakras and also go over the psychology, of course the color that it represents, and also look at the metaphysical aspects of each chakra as well to give a bit of insight. So we'll look at the base chakra first, which basically is related to your tribe, your first tribe, which would be your family. Now, family tribe is basically your first authority also. So, well, the first people you usually meet in terms of authority are your family. It also rules security and being able to provide for yourself, along with survival needs, food, those basic necessities that enable us to keep the body alive. The physical world as well. So I'm going to briefly cover all of them, and then I'm going to come back to each of the chakras and give a more extended version of what they're related to and the characteristics and qualities of them as well. So moving up from the base chakra is the sacral chakra. Now this chakra is basically where the reproductive organs are, and also it relates to your one-on-one relationships with others, also intimacy as well. It also rules money, control, and power. Power over others as well as ourself in one sense, or self-control, if you could say it like that. So it also rules a sense of control and governing the others. It is basically also weaponry, so it's where, in a military sense, that's where our weaponry would be placed, guns and so on. It also rules our ability to connect with others, and it doesn't mean on that sexual level. It just basically means that on a one-on-one level, connection and relationship. Moving up to the solar plexus, which is situated around the belly region. In Chinese medicine, it also links to, which I will cover off on in the next video actually, so I'll just stick to the point of the chakra, the chakras themselves, and then we'll look at the meridian systems that each chakra is related to as well, so that gives us sort of another angle on it. The solar plexus is related to self-esteem and value, and your relationship with yourself actually, and how you value yourself. It's governed by the colour yellow also. Well, I forgot to mention also the sacral chakra is related to the colour of orange. Moving up to the heart chakra, which is the colour of green, it governs your emotions and your inner feelings. Heart is headquarters, as some may say. May have heard some people say, heart is headquarters. If your heart's not in it, you are, well, your enthusiasm's not going to be there. It also governs your emotions around relationships, and also your emotions around and your feelings around certain things about yourself. Moving up to the throat chakra, which is the color blue, like a dark kind of blue. It rules communication. It rules our will and our choice-making or decision-making processes. Whether we're going to let the heart speak to the mind, or whether we're going to keep the heart governing over the heart, keep the mind governing, imposing logic over what the heart would be telling you normally. Like the heart will, something's in your heart and the mind will sort of kick in and say, well, I don't know, have we got everything in place for that? You know, do you think we really should do that? You know, I don't really know whether, it's the powers of discrimination as well that may overrule what the heart is trying to tell on a more authentic level. So the throat chakra actually divides those two, you know, the heart and also the mind, which is the brow chakra, which is situated there. Now, it also rules, yes, effective communication with others, and also our ability to, our will, actually, also, our will to get something done. So it also, yeah, as I said, communicates between the mind and the heart, which, going to the brow chakra, rules, it's sort of governed by the colour of purple. Also, it is our mind and our attitudes toward things, our life. Yeah, our thinking processes behind things. Whether we like something or not, and also our powers of discrimination. Intelligence, if you will, which also relates to the crown chakra, which is divine guidance, getting an idea. And one process to also note is that we may get a really good idea, a wish, a thought, some great business idea, let's use that as an example, and then it'll drop down to the brow chakra, that idea, and the brow chakra will say, well, I don't know whether I like that idea, or I really do like that idea, and therefore it drops down to the will, the throat chakra, where we start to communicate that idea to others, or even to ourselves. We may write the idea down, or we may choose not to go forward with it, because when we sort of take it into our heart, we may feel, well, I'm not really, sort of, it's a good idea, but my heart and my inspiration is not really enthusiastic about that. Or conversely, my heart is completely into it and I want to roll that idea down, and it drops down to the solar plexus, which is your confidence levels, your self-esteem, your values. So you're going to put value into that idea. And then it drops down to the next chakra, which is your one-on-one relationship. So you're going to start connecting or communicating with others about that physically in the world. You're going to let your idea out, and you're going to get some feedback from others about that, and then eventually you'll drop down to your base chakra, which is where it manifests physically into the world. So that's generally how we're working in the world in terms of the chakras, and also how we begin to manifest things physically into our life. Because often we may run around with a desire or a great idea, and we think, yes, let's go for it, but it just remains sort of somewhere up here, and we never really see the physical manifestation of it, even to the point of getting a job, basically. Or also, going to see a movie. Let's go and see a movie. But then the mind starts to think, so we get an idea. Let's go to a movie. It drops down to the brow chakra and says, oh, well, I don't know, I can't really be bothered about that, and whether we're going to put our will into it. And will says, no, I'm staying home tonight. I much prefer to be staying at home and having a quiet night. And then it doesn't physically manifest, where we find ourselves in a cinema house somewhere and we're actually watching the movie. So that's it for now. I'm going to cover more. The next video is going to be about the Chinese meridian system, and each of the meridians that relate to each of the chakras, which is really exciting stuff because it sort of looks at another component of the chakras themselves. Thanks for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video in relation to the chakras and the relationship between the 14 meridians that actually run throughout the entire body. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next video.